Bonjour à toutes et à tous les amis et bienvenue sur la chaîne YouTube de So Catch by Al. J'espère que vous allez bien. Aujourd'hui, interview avec l'un des talents les plus prometteurs de la scène catch actuelle, Akira Francesco.
Hello everyone.
Yeah.
Hello.
You're-
Ciao.
Ciao. Oh bella ciao. Na, 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 na. Okay, I'm gonna stop right here. How are you doing?
I'm good.
Yeah?
Doing good. Very excited.
Back from Japan?
Yeah,
Not so tired?
yeah, kind of, but very excited. You know, like it's been a long time. And
Cool.
my debut in Belgium, so very excited.
Yeah.
For it.
Thank you for being here.
Not worth it.
I want to start with I think the most important question of this interview. Can you tell me why Italian people don't use cream in
Oh,
carbonara pasta?
You just.
We have to know.
No, you just don't. There's not really a answer to it. You just don't.
You're the only country in the world not to do it. Why?
Because we invented it, so we are allowed to do it. No, don't just. There's no answer. Just don't.
Okay. I give you this. Italy is great for food. I love food. I've been in Italy. I love the food. It's amazing. Nothing to say about this. But it's not very well known for pro wrestling.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's like getting better now. Like little by little, new company are growing up, new company are burn, and like little by little, it's taking steps.
Okay.
But yeah, it's still very little. Like respect to other country, like maybe Germany or like maybe England, you know. But I think there's many great talents there.
So you think it's growing? You think it's evolving, right?
I mean, of course, with pandemic, it stopped, but before pandemic, it was growing up. Yeah.
Okay. How do you explain that more and more people seems to be interested in you and see you like the wrestler right now?
I mean,
How do you explain that?
it's pretty cool for me because you know it's always been my dream to travel around Europe and being the wrestler I am. I mean, I have still a lot to go, but it's good to have some recognition. And as I said before, little by little, I'm taking my stuff and my step. I'm very, very grateful for the situation I am. But
Okay.
there's still a lot to do.
As an Italian wrestler, I've told it, Italy is not really well known for pro wrestling. Do you feel like you had to work harder than other wrestlers to be noticed somehow?
I mean, I don't know if you can say harder, but yeah, because I started in a good school in Italy, but of course there's a little wrestling every month, maybe once or twice. So it's not very well known. So you have to work your way through, maybe go to England. It takes a lot of time to get outside from Italy, you know? Because in Japan or Italy you can do show in Japan or England you can do show every weekend and often. So you can have experience, but in Italy it's just a few times a month. So there's very little of experience every time.
So you had to export yourself
Yeah, you have to go.
very soon
Yeah.
to wrestle.
Yeah, you have to, I mean, to grow up like in every sports, you need to take experience. Like in every sports, basketball, soccer, more games you do, more you get better, I think.
And you realize that earlier in your career.
I realized it when I mean,
You're quite young,
yeah. I'm
so it's
21.
fine.
Like my real professional career started when I went to Japan.
In 2019?
Yeah, 2019.
We'll talk about it later.
But like, yeah, I learned it when I went for the first time to England and I saw how's the level there and how things work. So for me now it's pretty cool to travel all Europe like after Japan.
Yeah, very good. Did you feel like you are bringing a bit of spotlight on the Italian pro wrestling scene thanks to the notoriety that you have in Japan? Like you're more famous, so it makes people look a bit more to Italian pro wrestling.
I think so too. Like some company that I started get some interested from like overseas fans. So to me it's pretty cool. One of my dreams is to get the Italian scene like to raise. So I won't say that I'm bringing on my back, but that's what I want to do. Like bring on my back the scene and make it grow, so more people can see the actual wrestling in Italy that is good. There's many good talent.
Okay, just we need people to be interested in it.
Yeah, more people to be interested in.
So in 2019, you moved to Japan. You went there. What are the biggest differences between your life in Europe and your life in Japan?
I mean, it was completely different.
I can imagine that.
Yeah, because like in Italy, I train like 2 times a week. Then in Japan, I train every day, like every morning. So at the beginning, it was pretty hard. But I've always been athletic, but it's been pretty hard in the beginning. So it was completely different. Then from food, from culture, from language, it was completely changing. But you know, these things make you grow and make you do experience. So it's the best things for me.
Okay. How did you start the adventure with All Japan Pro Wrestling?
So how did I go there?
Yeah.
So I was in Italy.
You took the plane and you went.
Yeah, like that. No, there was like a show in Italy with Tajiri and Chris Masters from the XWE, and it was actually not a very good show because it wasn't advertising for anything. So there was a little people with Chris Master and Tajiri. That was like, what the fuck? So I was in a scramble match, like 6-man match, and Tajiri saw me, noticed me in this match, and after the match, he asked me about my information. He changed my contact. Then later, a few weeks, he asked me if I wanted to go to Japan, and that's pretty much how I went there. So Tajiri did talent scout with me, and he brought me to Japan. Like for the first time, 2 months, second time 3 months,
Whoa.
and third time almost 2 years.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
That's
so
very nice.
That's pretty.
So you didn't choose AJPW. AJPW chose you.
Tajiri chose me, and then Tajiri was working for AJPW, so he talked with Jun Akiyama, the president at the time, and he asked like if I could go, and that's pretty much, yeah. I mean, I didn't know much about Japan before there because I was 19 years old.
Yeah.
I was WWE, you know, getting to know other
Yeah.
European company, but didn't know much about Japan.
Oh, it's really interesting that you've said that because usually people that go to Japan wants to go to Japan.
Yeah, no,
Actually, like they choose like strong style and everything, and in your time, it like in your case, it's really different.
Yeah, it happened. So of course I took it because it's a big opportunity.
What does it represent to you to be the first European to become AJPW World Junior Heavyweight Champion?
For me, of course, it's big accomplishment in my career. You know, every time they're gonna read the champion of that title, my name will be there, and I will be the first ever European. I mean, with all the great junior heavyweight wrestler that came before in all Japan, like foreigner, I'm the first one. So that's very, very cool to me. And being so young to win it make it more special, and still a lot to go, but I'm proud of what I did. And you know, there's a lot of hard work still.
I can imagine.
But I'm very, very proud of what I did. And after, I mean, I paid my way. I mean, I stayed in the dojo for like 2 years, training every day, doing the young boy stuff. So that's a very big accomplishment for me.
It's not the only good thing that happened to you. You also had in 2020 a special documentary about you in the dojo of All Japan Pro Wrestling. How this happened?
So because All Japan wanted to like grow more internationally, and I was the only foreigner there, so it makes sense to make a document on the dojo, but around me, so more people can actually see it because I speak English, so more people can be interested in watching. And it was still very cool to me because it was the first time that All Japan did something like this with a foreigner.
Yeah.
So for me, it was pretty cool to show like what we do every day, morning in the training in the morning, then eat chanko, then training again, then, you know, do your stuff.
So a lot of first times for you in Japan. Do you have like bigger ambitions in Japan? Would you like to stay in AJPW, or do you target New Japan Pro Wrestling or something else?
I mean, for now, I like All Japan Pro Wrestling, so probably I will go back again next year. I mean, I won the championship. My reign was short, so I want to get maybe championship one more time and make it more special and grow up again, and maybe bring it to Europe too. So like I don't know if it ever happened, but I don't think so. But bring the All Japan title to Europe. That would be very cool to do.
Yeah, definitely.
That's one of my ambitions.
If I'm not wrong, you have a Japanese girlfriend.
Yeah.
Is it hard to construct your relationship when you are traveling so much and sometimes like for a long time?
I mean, it's not easy, of course, so it's not for everyone. But I've been with my girl for a long time now. I mean, for quite a long time, so we both know how it is wrestling. She's not a fan or anything, but she understands, so she's proud of me, and she came to watch me when I won the title. So that's pretty cool to me, and she was one of the reasons why I stayed to Japan in that long time.
You also have your family in Italy, obviously. So you come back to Europe on a regular basis. Would you like to work more in Europe?
Yeah, of course. Now I'm doing show like mostly every weekend. So for me, before coming to Japan, that was my dream. Like being always busy. That's what I want to be. Always here one day, then the next day here. That's for me. It's very very cool. And for now, I wanna stay in Europe and stay with my family.
Yeah.
A little more because we've been far away for a long time. So I want to stay Europe and travel more Europe. Maybe go back to Japan, then America, Canada, or whatever. Next Mexico.
Okay. Do you think like NXT UK would be a good place for you?
I like NXT UK. There's a very good talent. I have a good friend there. But for me now, I want to get more experience. Travel more. Especially with the pandemic, it wouldn't be possible. But now that things are getting better, I want to travel and see more. Wrestle more guys. There's so many good talent in Europe, and I want to wrestle them.
Okay. And talking about WWE, have you like had a tryout with them? Have you been contacted by them?
I actually never had tryout with them because before going to Japan, I was very skinny and there was very skinny little name too. In Europe I wasn't famous or anything, so. Maybe, who knows, maybe in the future, yes, but for now, no. And later, after my time in Japan, I want to stay like more Europe now. Not go on WWE, maybe in the future.
Okay. Yeah, you said that you are willing to export yourself also to the US.
Yeah.
Are you interested in any like major US company? So we mentioned it, WWE, of course, AEW, or maybe another one.
I would really like to do PWG.
Oh yeah.
It's always a dream for every pro wrestler to look so crazy, and so fans are so good. So like PWG, maybe AEW. There's other Ring of Honor. Maybe trying to. There's many, or even indie company. I like indie company. So doing some of that.
Okay, and that I think that could be happening quicker than what we expect, because right now pro wrestling are exchanging talents a lot with like the Forbidden Door stuff. Could you imagine this concept of the Forbidden Door applied to All Japan Pro Wrestling maybe?
Yeah, I think it could be, but I don't know if it will happen because of course I'm All Japan Pro Wrestling, but I don't know what they're going to do. Like I hope so, because All Japan is really good, and I hope more people will see it. And of course, foreigner talent will bring exposure on them. So yeah, of course, I think it will be a good thing.
It would be a win-win situation.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Well, this is maybe one thing that Japanese wrestling is missing to be a bit more mainstream. Did you think it miss anything else?
I mean, now with the pandemic, it miss foreigner, I think. Like All Japan, New Japan, Noah, and DDT, they miss foreigner because Japanese wrestlers are very good, of course, but the foreigner had that extra spicy to the game, and to bring it more international. Of course, Japanese fans like it more with Gaijin too, because of course, as I say, Japanese pro wrestler are very very good. Add some foreigner wrestler, and it makes it super good.
Yeah. Okay. Got you. Got you. Did you think more wrestler should go in Japan and train to develop?
I think so. I think many wrestlers should go to Japan, because it, other than change your wrestling game, it change your attitude, it change your way to like put yourself in like relationship to the other people. So yeah, it's a tough environment, but make you stronger, I think.
That's what you learned
Yeah,
during those years abroad. All right. And finally, last question. Some people compare you to Will Ospreay. I think that's a very good thing, actually. What do you think about this?
I mean, I of course I like the comparison, but in the future I want to be Francesco Akira, and I want to be him to be Ospreay. And Ospreay is my favorite wrestler, to be fair. He's my mentor in Japan. He helped me a lot. He took care of me, so it was very nice with me every time. So I'm very happy for the comparison, and I hope I wrestle him one day. But I want to be Francesco Akira, not someone else, you know.
Okay.
But I really appreciate it.
Yeah, it's a nice compliment.
Very, very nice compliment.
Thank you very much, Francesco. We've made it.
Merci beaucoup.
Oh, how do you say that in Italian?
Grazie mille.
Grazie mille. I'm gonna eat pasta carbonara. I'm actually a very good cook, so
Okay, that's great.
Thank you very much for watching. On se retrouve très bientôt sur la chaîne YouTube de So Catch by Al, les amis. Comme d'habitude, abonnez-vous et n'oubliez pas de liker la vidéo. On se retrouve très bientôt. Des bisous pour tout le monde. Ciao, ciao.
Ciao.
Et puis on n'oublie pas, comme d'habitude, on se donne rendez-vous sur la chaîne AB1 pour Raw tous les mercredis à 20h50 et SmackDown tous les samedis à 20h50 en compagnie de Christophe et Juste et Philippe Chéreau.